You're listening to Weeknight Wizards.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Weeknight Wizards. We're doing something a little new for you today. Not for us, because this is actually a campaign we played for I think 2 years, maybe, I want to say. But
Maybe longer
it's been
than
on
that.
hiatus. Maybe even longer than that. It's been on hiatus a bit. This is our return to the game of 13th Age, which I bet almost no 5e players have actually heard of. 13th Age is a game designed by Rob Heinzu and Jonathan Tweet, who are two of the lead designers for D&D's 3rd and 4th editions, respectively. The game draws on a lot of D&D history, so it's very similar to something like you may have heard of it, but 5th edition. But it offers arguably faster and more flexible rule system with tools that are a little kinder on the GM and a lot of focus on supporting story. We've dabbled with it. I think it's a great system. It's a lot of fun and very easy to pick up. And anyone who's played Dungeons and Dragons or similar style games will be pretty familiar with how this works. It has all the same sort of stats. There are skill checks, there's combat, there's initiative, things like that. In our case, we have eschewed the 13th Age base setting in favor of making our own custom world, which is called Aemiria. I apologize in advance because I'm going to be talking a bit to kind of give the relevant world and backstory information, but I'm going to try to keep it brief.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight, keep it brief. Hot boxers, briefs. So just to let you know about Aemiria, it is a temperate isle that rose out of the depths off the coast of the continent of Verdane by eruptions of natural and magical forces, forging a jagged but beautiful land deeply infused with magic. Great veins of ire, spelled A-E-R, because it's magical, and fantasy, is the raw element of magic that tore through the land during the formation, leaving it scarred with a strange but magically infused landscape. It offers sources of power through ley lines of this ore that can be found throughout the land. The secrets of this ire are generally closely kept and studied only by the most powerful of magical forces, such as the Order of Magi. Throughout its history, the land has been controlled by various forces. First, it was home to the beast folk who roamed the countryside until it was eventually seized by the Elden Imperium, who was a group of zealous elves known for their crown-like antlers and general sense of superiority and entitlement. They ruled for many years over the island and amassed power and powerful magics until they drew the attention of the Worm, which was a godlike dragon who swiftly decimated the Elden Imperium and bent the land and people to serve its will. It was only with the arrival of the Valian Empire from the mainland of Verdane, who were seeking the fabled ire that Aemiria was said to harbor, that they were able to contain the worm and overthrow it through a tense alliance between the Valian Empire, the Elden, and other factions such as the Beastfolk. So since then, it's been fought contentiously for control by the Valian Empire, Elden, Beastfolk, and other peoples of Aemiria, such as the compatriot dwarf state. That's right, we have socialist dwarves, which was my favorite thing I've ever done in a D&D campaign, which is headed, of course, by the Kingdom of Valbor. It's called a kingdom, but they have elections, so. So we're going to introduce you to our characters. I should again note that this is a sort of soft reboot of a campaign we have been playing already. The characters in this are already at 5th level, which in 13th Age is halfway to max, so they're about the equivalent of 10th level D&D characters, so get ready to see some shit. 13th Age is also notoriously a little more heroic than even 5e, so our characters can do a lot of really cool stuff kind of from the get-go, and there's a lot of freedom in how they do this. Again, we're going to try to make this sort of fresh, minimal backtracking, but I think it's important for you to kind of know the background. So, without further ado, I'd like to go around and have each of our players, you can introduce player name, of course, but I need to know your character name, the appearance of your character, a couple sentences of backstory, and I want to know your 13th age mechanic, your one unique thing. For those who don't know, every character in 13th age has one unique thing. And it's as simple as it sounds, but it's a neat little thing to help you think about your characters. And I'd like to start with Anthony.
Hello, my name is Anthony. The character that I play in this game, her name is Tevra Thassaron. She is one of the Elden that Michael mentioned. She is a tall, willowy female elf wizard who does magical things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well,
Some backstory is that she worked as an Ire Fabrian within the Elden Imperium until one of the experiments that she was working on rendered her with the one unique thing that she has, which is that she has ire infused into her body. And that takes the appearance of sort of like these swirling splotches of like dark skin that kind of move around her body, and that also forms the basis of her spell book. Whenever she learns a new spell, it sort of like appears on her body in sort of runes. Does that cover everything that we need to know?
I think so.
Great. Good talk.
Great. Let's talk to our other tattooed fellow. Greg, do you want to introduce your character?
Yes, I would love to. So I am Gregory. I play a character called Edinson Fullchart. Edinson is a bard, and is from the kind of northwestern part of the island, a small coastal village called Ballast. Edinson's about 17, kind of your standard moody emo musician teen, wears a lot of black, and is an orphan, and his kind of reason for questing is to find out a couple of things, but mainly about, where his parents are, who they are, and also what happened to his voice. So he's a mute bard. He also has a bunch of tattoos, which ties into his kind of unique thing. So he wasn't born mute. He lost his voice in some kind of an incident when he was very young, and he has developed a kind of magic which I have called scriptomancy, where with all of the kind of ink that he has all over his body, he's able to draw on that and draw like calligraphy in the air using his magic, and that's what he channels his bardic powers through. And he is a half human, half what we call Ashfall elf, which is essentially a dark elf or a drow in this world. So half Ashfall elf and half human. Nice.
Perfect. Why don't we have Joe go?
Yeah, sure. So I am playing. My character is Tupalog Betula, known to his friends as Log. He is a. They were just tree folk, right? I'm like, oh, branchlings.
Branchling.
Thank you. He is a branchling, which is a race that we homebrewed. They are kind of like tree folk people. They go into hibernation for like decades at a time, a couple times through their life. So they live a long time, but a lot of that is spent sleeping. So Tupalog has kind of been around in Aemiria for a long time. But he kind of is just, I mean, when this campaign started, he had just entered this, actually he was forcefully thrust into this time period, because his grove was burned down and he was kind of kidnapped from his home. Yeah, I think that's all I have. He's a ranger, and his one unique thing is he's the only branchling with birch bark patterned skin.
I realize now, not super reflected in your token. But,
it is not, but I tried to like we had such a hard time doing the token that I was like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna drop that. It's fine.
Yeah, we should say, just so people know, we have been using Adobe Firefly, which uses the consent of artists to do AI artwork. Maybe someday, if people ever earn money, we can afford to get commissioned art. But until then, trying to respect artists and support them while also making a shit ton of useful arts for us. Adobe Firefly is very cool. We'll recommend it.
I would also like to say that you have to pardon my coughs. I am a little bit sick.
Never.
Refuse to pardon you.
Oh, damn.
You will never be pardoned for your crimes.
I guess I'm going to prison.
Melissa, do you
It's
want
better.
to introduce?
It's better than. Please pardon my coughs. I smoke a lot.
That's true. Pardon my coughs. I'm ripping fat bong rips.
Hey, Joe, your fat bong rips are getting in the way of my character introduction.
I'm sorry. I interrupted. I apologize.
Yeah, with your fat bong rips, it's a really big problem at this table.
Mel, back to your fat bong rips.
Yes,
My
please.
fat-
Please, fat bong
My
rip
fat
us a
bong rip.
snail.
So, my name is Melissa, and I play Parth Tassian. He is a 56-year-old dwarf. He hails from
Are you
the
half
Vale of...
I had half dwarf. But I had dwarf.
I thought it was
I
half
have-
dwarf as well.
I have human on my sheet, which is definitely wrong. So,
Okay. All right. TBD.
we'll go with yeah.
Oops.
He has some dwarven qualities.
Yeah.
He is a half dwarf. Okay, I had to pull up my 5x5. Been a minute. He's just a little taller than average. That was really the only thing I was looking for. Anyway, he is a half dwarf from the Vale of Levin, which is located on the eastern shores of Aemiria. He was raised in a sort of dwarven human community in the mountains on the shoreline, and he lived in a village of a lot of like traders and miners and stuff like that. So he participated in a lot of that kind of tradesfolk lifestyle, and his village was kind of summarily destroyed by a dude we don't like very much. He is not our bestie. His name's Dre, so Boo Dre. And as a result of his community being destroyed, Parth has acquired demonologist powers, sort of seeing beyond the veil and whatnot. And his one unique trait is that he has seen into the worlds beyond and walked away with knowledge unknown to most in this land. He's awesome. He's a very cool character and very mysterious and super sexy.
You'll so get that from the moment that Melissa
Yeah.
starts playing him. Mysterious and sexy are the number one things that will come to your mind. So buckle up.
I'm so ready.
So as we said, we've hinted a couple times, this is kind of a continuation of what we've been playing, but it is a soft reboot. Just to give you a little bit of background as to what's happened in the lives of these characters.
Here's what you missed.
I'm going to give you, hopefully, a quick summary of our adventures so far. And you'll be shocked to realize how little happens in 2 years of D&D campaign.
In our defense, it was like 2 or 3 months at a time.
This is true.
Yeah.
So our heroes, interestingly, had sort of all lost their homes in various ways, whether through exile, death, or just searching for answers. By chance or by fate, they found themselves at the edge of the world together, at a place called Arvel's Refuge. You can see it at the south side of the map. It's a town that was emblematic of the hubris of the Council of Magi, whose experiments resulted in a ceaseless magical storm around the former library and college that was housed there. In the face of the rising storm that threatened to overtake the town, the heroes bravely fought their way to the Stormblight Library and undid the magical apparatus responsible for the damage. On their way there, they faced many challenges, including a mysterious envoy of the Warlock, who is, I should say, an icon of this world, the Warlock, named Dre, and several of his companions, including an Ashfall elf and a strange wolf. I say strange wolf because I'm like, it's just a weird fucking wolf, and you guys don't really know what that wolf's deal is, so that's all you know.
Did we know that he was a warlock follower?
Yes, because in Parth is familiar with Dre and knows that Parth's village was raised by the followers of the Warlock.
Well, he didn't tell us.
Well, you got to read between the lines a little bit.
Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was actually the worm.
No, actually not, Mel.
Oh no, it is one of the
it is the
Warlock's
Warlock,
disciples.
yes.
I bet my five. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm.
Yeah, please don't
Don't
correct
mind
me with your backstory. We've had this fight before.
Listen. The funny part was I just didn't read my backstory this time
Uh-huh.
because I'm the
Yep.
one who wrote that.
Here's the
Don't-
funny
don't-
part. I am wrong.
Don't worry, guys. I painstakingly edited out the back and forth of that argument in a previous
Oh, thank you.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
someday we
worries.
may release all of this as a non-stream podcast because that's originally what we were hoping to do, and that's really hard, guys. Streaming's a lot easier in some ways, so.
Do you know what we?
It's fine if
You know what we
Michael
should
and I have
do?
really weirdly uncomfortable arguments because we're siblings and we're allowed to do that.
That's true.
Spoilers, yeah. we're
Only
siblings.
us though, nobody else.
You know what we should do?
Spoilers. Sorry, that was supposed to be the season 1 climax.
What are you saying, Joe?
We'll release it as a Mystery Science Theater 3000 style listen along. We'll just
Or we'll
Yeah.
heckle ourselves.
yeah, we'll
It'll be
just
so
play
confusing.
it on the stream.
Oh, that's funny. When does our heads pop up?
Yeah.
That would be a really fun if you could somehow make the Twitch we have our little icons lighting up, but if you could somehow make a theater seat your heads pop up.
Oh, I
that
could.
would be really cool.
That's
Yeah.
very doable.
Okay, that'll be another project for us.
Yeah.
Just
in
what we
any
need.
case,
Just so we
Another
need
project.
a visual medium to listen to an audio podcast together.
I mean, even though we have these beautiful art through Roll20, it is still an audio medium, I'd argue. In any
Fair.
case, so after they fought their way past Dre, they killed a giant spider. They even made it to the library and fought a maniacal Forgeborn, who's I think they're Forgeborn in 5e, an automaton,
Warforged.
who was bent on stealing an artifact that would make him into a true living being. It was a ring made of heartwood of the Eridai tree, which is also known as the Witchwood tree, much like that log was born from. And they were actually able to, despite my best efforts, get that ring and have it with them now.
I jumped off a building.
You jumped off a building and
was
earned completely upending a story plot that I had planned out. And it was fine. After they saved the town, and they realized they needed to seek answers for what Dre and company were plotting, and they made their way north to the city of Valbor, which, as I mentioned, is the head of the compatriot dwarven state. There they unraveled several mysteries, including the kidnapping of a prominent politician. That was a plot to install a follower of the worm. These are known as Thralls of Ember. Roll20 is telling me my server connection has been interrupted.
Yeah, you just
Good.
left the game.
Well, I'll try to come back.
Game now.
See you soon.
I mean, you can just continue.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I had to look at that. So yes, they saved a prominent politician and stopped this sort of installation of a puppet for the worm, who, despite being defeated, still has influence over the land. They also ended a reign of terror by a secretive house of shape-shifting Lamia, or I called them Lamia, but I took some. They weren't quite the Greek Lamia. But they were this sort of vampiric house that was preying on workers of the mines of Valbor. And finally, they made their way to the heart of the mountain in the mines themselves and destroyed the Lamian Sapphire, a dark, sentient, magical formation of stone that was bringing demonic entities into the mine. They also there found survivors, including Edison's father, Allison Fulchart, who had been posing as prospective investor of the mines as part of a con before becoming trapped. After they rescued Allinson, he revealed to Edinson parts of his past, such that he had survived a mortal wound thanks to the mysterious magics of his mother, Edria Ankasi, who was a keeper of the deepest magics of the Ashfall Elves. It seems that Dre, on behalf of the Warlock and perhaps the Worm, seems to be pursuing Edinson's mother to harness these magics, and the heroes must get to her first. At Allison's guidance, the heroes have found themselves on the trail of Ashton Boar, a renowned, if not infamous, acquirer of rare items and creatures. Also known to Log because Ashton Boar was the person who led the Inquisition into his home grove, and I think perhaps even captured Log himself. So there's some beef there, perhaps. But they'll need him to find their way back to the Paper Fae Grove, where Log was born, and where they believe Edenson's mother may be hiding.
I will never
this
not
is-
be mad that Edenson's father wasn't just named Eden.
Well, so is the father actually? I'll say I put a lot of thought into the names, and it actually matters. So it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Don't worry about it. But they've all been pointed now to Fellhook's Ford, which is Ashton Bohr's last known whereabouts, and that's gonna be where we start. I just want to check. Did the music stop for everyone when I left the game?
No, it's still playing for
Okay.
me.
No, still playing.
Stop for me. That's weird. And I'm gonna
Probably because you
just-
left the game.
Well, I came back, guys. I'm here. Just so everyone knows, I have this little icon here on the map. I'm gonna ping it of this 13th age. This is meant to represent the crew, and they've been making their way towards the Snake Spine Mountains. Plop them like kind of over here. There's smaller rivers and stuff here, so don't worry about that. The map is a rough topographical representation, and I'm gonna bring us into our first scene of Fellhook's Forge.
Ooh, music change.
It does, yeah. I have scene transitions, guys. What's that?
It's Bartleby. Is that
Oh,
Shelby.
Where's
Shelby?
it's
Shelby's there.
Shelby.
Can you guys not see
A
Shelby's
vital
name?
piece of lore for the
No.
audience is that Parth at Arvel's Folly befriended and
Oh, Mel, you cut out.
Mel cut out. Mel's dead.
Right when the lore was getting interesting.
Right when the lore was getting good.
Sorry, I just needed to introduce that tidbit about my dark and sexy,
It
mysterious
disappeared
character.
though. Melissa,
Yeah.
you cut out.
No,
We heard none of it. We
oh,
heard nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you
Oh,
came
I'm
right
sorry,
back in at the end.
Oh, well, no, I guess God didn't want you all to know about my dark and mysterious backstory, which involved Parth, during their time at Arvel's Folly when they were trying to get the he closely befriended this little flying.
It's like a lizard
Oh my god.
dinosaur. Yeah, Melissa. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Melissa.
Oh no. Well, this is why Parth is so mysterious, because Melissa cuts out halfway through every sentence.
Oh, did I still cut out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
Okay, well, I don't know what's going on.
You gotta stop torrenting.
Yeah, turn off
I'm
LimeWire for a
recording!
second.
I'm not. I don't know what's
Michael,
going on,
I
fam.
can't move my token.
Oh. Let me take a quick look. Oh, it's because it doesn't think it's you.
Hmm.
I changed these.
We hate that.
Can you now?
Yep.
Can everyone else change their token, move their tokens?
I can move
Melissa
everyone.
can move
yes.
yours? Okay. Okay. Wow. You guys
I
are all
cannot
free to
move
move.
Bartleby's token.
It's Shelby.
Who's
Shelby.
Shelby?
Fuck.
Bartleby?
I
Oh
think
my
I'm,
god. Bartleby's
I don't
not a
know,
character
Bartleby
that's
is-
ever
I
existed.
think I'm
Apparently-
combining Bars.
Shelby is the only character that's ever existed, and apparently God doesn't want me to tell her story.
I'm
So-
combining Barst, the guy we bought Shelby from.
Barsk.
It's
Yeah.
Barsk.
With 2 A's, probably 3 K's. No,
That was
not 3.
2 R's.
Probably 2
Look,
of those
look,
2. He was
Barsk.
he spelling wasn't his strong suit.
I have his bone whistle, and it's spelled Barst.
That's not
That
correct.
is. Because you wrote that down and it was wrong. What is the name of this location again, Michael?
You're in Fellhook's Ford. With an apostrophe at the end of Fellhook. Or Fellhook.
I just want to confirm, am I still cutting out?
Right now
Well, you
you're
heard me
okay.
there. It's only when you tell important lore background, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Speak in short sentences.
So, the
Dark.
Darth Parth?
Sorry, no, go ahead. Dark Parth.
The hour is late as you all step off the wagon, pulled by trusty Shelby. Your scalp, which, as I mentioned, is a sort of large winged bird lizard creature. You befriended at Arvel's refuge and convinced the keeper Barsk to part with. You've arrived here.
To be clear, Parth did that. Shelby belongs to
Yes.
Parth.
Shelby belongs
Yes.
solely to
Thank
Parth. This
you.
is facts. This is
Thank you.
this
That's
is- this is
the
true.
lore I was trying to explain. You were all silencing me because you wish to claim Shelby as your own.
Yes,
Sylvie is not a
were
party
We were silencing you.
I was being silenced. My truth was being silenced.
Again, you've arrived here on the trail of Ashton Boar. You have little less to go on, based on that, and I pulled up to this town late at night. I would say just a quick roll. Can someone roll me some sort of history check?
Well, before we do that, at the risk of derailing, do we need to do icon?
Yes, you're
roll?
right.
We
sure
I had
do.
that there, and I did do it. Please roll your icon rolls. I'll explain that while you do it. So everyone knows icons are an important part of 13th Age. These are the movers and shapers of the world. Every character has relationships to these factions, which are represented by their figureheads. In this case, wow, you guys didn't roll much, did you? We got
Nope.
one. Melissa's got one.
Yeah, a little one.
Anthony's got one. So what we do is, this is sort of different. These are meant to kind of guide the story in 13th Age. We've adapted it a little bit closer to Genesis as like story points. So what I have here is that for Parth, who rolled a success with the Warlock, and Tevra, who rolled a success with the Witch, they may be able to cash these in to adjust elements of the story or the world around them in a way that relates to one of these movers and shapers. In this case, the Warlock, who you may recall, is sort of antagonistic. Actually, even says here that Parth has a conflicted relationship with the Warlock, as does Tevra with the Witch, who is another powerful force that shapes the lands. I'm not going to get into all the Warlock. I made 13th Age has 13 icons. I made 13 icons for this world. It's a lot. So we're not going to get into that right now. But
Context clues,
just keep in mind
buds.
that they may. What was that?
Context clue, friends.
Context clues, yeah. If it comes up, we'll talk about it then. But they may use that to cash in, sort of like it's like a super inspiration, I would say, for D&D lingo.
I would like to.
and-
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I'd like to roll history using my well-traveled
Yes.
and dwarven tradesman because I get advantage.
Excellent. Do it.
1.
You got 20.
Hey, this might be.
I got a
Oh yeah.
non-natural 20 and a non-natural 23.
What are these rules? Why is it 3? Oh, I see.
Very cool.
Hey, where are our
Using my
skills on this
background, I should
character sheet?
explain that.
I
There's
remember.
a-
We don't-
if you
I
have flip or
remember.
toggle thing.
Yep.
So
This
with a 20,
has been updated, I think, since we played 13th Age last. The layout is different.
is it?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I don't remember
I-
the rolls appearing like that. Alright, I'll shut up now.
Maybe.
I would also like to roll branchling history.
No, the rolls this all looks the same. And you can roll branching history. That's
in
interesting.
Intelligence.
Sure.
I mean, I
Do
could
you,
roll
do you
passive
have that as
adventure.
a? Do you have it as a background? Does Log have that for one of his?
Yeah. Does the
so
branchling
just
have
be
Click on the
branchling history?
asterisk.
Just so
Yeah,
people
then
know,
you can just click on the asterisk.
skills are a lot more freeform in 13th Age. So they have everyone has a couple background things that they can roll against with any skill technically, if it's relevant. So in this case, yes. This is interesting because I had not really thought about this town for how it relates to branchlings. I'm going to start first with Parth. Parth has heard of this. This is a common it's a small town that is known for just being like a good place to catch barges up and down the river. It's good for getting into the snake spines mountain range. It's also, you could probably even take one of these boats pretty close, maybe even all the way down towards Valbor, which is on a major waterway. For branchling history, I guess, Joe, what do you want to know how this relates to branchlings? What is something that what would Log want to know about this area?
That's a good question. To be totally honest, I didn't read both my backgrounds before I said that.
Okay. I have something then. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I think what you know is that you do not like this area. The woods here are sick. There's been a lot of things that sit really like poorly with Log, and I think you attribute a lot of that to the influence of the Elden Empire and also to the influence of the worm.
Okay.
You know, there's you don't have like necessarily specific knowledge, but you know that these things have corrupted the land in a way that is unsettling to you personally.
So you could say the vibes are off.
Vibes are off, man. The vines are off.
Mm.
The vines are off, but this town is fly as fuck for a trader.
Just when I thought we were out of that blasted cave, we wind up here.
Yeah, having a tree priest person underground for like a month was an interesting experiment.
Look, we are out of the wood, or we are out of the cave.
Well, yes.
We're outside.
I know, and we just get out and we walk into some blasted, dying, cursed woods.
I think this is a pretty nice town. They got little river boats. They got a nice little inn.
Did you see the trees as we walked in? They were crying.
Oh.
It's sap season. All the trees are tapped for.
I was gonna say you like smash cut to Edinson painting tears on little trees as he's like walking. Like...
I will say yes. This is a very small town. There's like smaller huts away, but this is the town center, which tells you a lot. There's three kind of main buildings. One has like a little like tradesman sign. There is a little inn, and there is a tavern. You can see on the tavern there is a sign that just says the Grizzly Bar and has all what looks like claw marks on the wood. You also see that there is a dock, and I'm going to just for expediency's purposes say you take a look down. You can see that there's some rowboats attached, or tied up to the dock on this sort of larger river. There's also one large shipping barge here currently. Does anyone investigate the barge, or would you all ignore it?
I think Parth would just be looking to go into the inn. He wants to kick up his feet. He's got some sciatica, you know. He's
Parth, noted tradesman, does not want to investigate the barge of goods that is.
I'd
like to take a look at the.
He likes to do his trading in the morning.
That's totally fine, because I was like, I'm not going to just tell you if you wouldn't look at it, and it's not something you necessarily would. So that's fine. If you make your way into the bar, we're going to move into the bar.
I'd like to look at the boat first.
All right. Well, Parth starts making his way towards the tavern. Tevra walks over to the barge. It is a mimic, and it eats you. So.
I was ready for this.
He's dead now. Oh no.
At the docks, again, I see there's small rowboats, but the large barge catches your attention. On the side of it, it has the name painted on, modestly, it says the Brazen Salmon, and there are two what appear to be child handprints that in paint that are next to the name. No one's on board, and it seems to have been tied up for some time. It's not rigged to sail at the moment. And that's the primary thing you know. This would be a barge for shipping goods or it could move like a good number of people as well.
Got it.
Cool. All right, make our way into the bar.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
We enter the Grizzly Bar.
Oh, it's a bear.
The first thing you see is the bear keeper.
Hate this.
The door squeaks extremely loudly. It's not well oiled. It announces the president, and both the bear keeper as well as the other two patrons in the bar. One is a half elf woman with a large axe at her side, and the other one appears to be a human man with a large green bottle at the table, who are kind of sitting and talking. They all kind of look up at you to enter. And
there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, hello there. Hello yourself. A little late for travelers. What can I get you?
Well, we'll be needing 2 rooms, if you've got to spare, and some late night supper. If that would be all right.
Looks around you. Anyone here vegetarian? He looks at Log.
He's on a light diet.
Yes, I only.
Oh,
We're
Very
only
good.
cooked with full fats here, unfortunately.
No,
The light is
don't,
the
don't worry.
sun.
I ate on the way in.
He like squints his eyes. He doesn't know if it's a joke. Very well.
The world is just too politically correct now. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say about this tree folk.
Oh, man. Did you just make the bear a boomer?
Honestly, Boomer Bear sounds like a great
Boomer Bear.
Cartoon Network show.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
He's got the MAGA hat on. Make Aemiria great again.
Oh no. He you see him. He kind of pulls his pants up. He's smoking a large pipe and has glasses on, like his
Ugh.
picture shows.
So
Iconic.
cute.
He's great. He goes, "The name's Gnarls Bearcley. I'm the barkeep of the Grizzly Bar.
Michael!
Welcome."
Michael!
This is what happens when you let me DM people.
Michael!
And he tells you to settle up, and he goes back to whip you up some food and drinks.
Did he say if there were 2 rooms for us?
Yeah, there are 2 rooms for you.
Okay, perfect.
That'll be fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Park hops up onto a seat. He is feeling at home. And then he slams down a couple of coins. Goes, "Oh, I'll need to borrow your stables too. My scalp needs a place to rest her hoofs tonight."
And he pokes his head. I'm sorry, you're what?
Scalp. Her name's Shelby.
He squints his eyes again. He's not sure if this is a joke.
She's very well behaved. Takes after her mother.
Yeah, that you see Edison scribbles out. Yeah, I travel with a scalp, or does that make me crazy?
Scalp, I need somebody. No, not just anybody. Again, that's it. Can you describe it because this is the first time other people say you what does it look like when Edison talks?
Yeah, so Edison, as I mentioned previously, he's a mute bard, so he does not speak in the kind of auditory way. The way that he does that usually is using the ink on his body. He has a stencil, and he magics the ink, so it kind of like will come from anywhere on his skin. He has this like swirling mass of ink all over his skin, kind of like a Rorschach test, and he is able to pull it out into the air in front of him and scribble whatever he wants. And so he usually just scribbles in midair. If he wants there to be a sound component, he can also activate that, and the script becomes kind of golden instead of the black ink that usually scrawls in front of people. So he's gotten very good at quickly scribbling out his thoughts, but if he wants people to hear him, he can also make that auditory. But in this case, he's just, scribbled it out for the lame joke that he was making.
I appreciate it.
He has a bunch of words tattooed as well, doesn't he? Like common phrases.
Yeah, he does. So because he obviously has to communicate in a lot of ways. He has like, yes and no on opposite hands. He also has hi, my name is Edinson. He has thank you. He has like common phrases so that he can easily reference them on his body.
I'm a mute.
I'm a mute. Yeah, is a good one. He points to that one a lot. Yeah.
Gnarls Berkeley takes note. Doesn't seem to mind. Scriptomancy, very familiar with. Scalps, not so much.
Yeah.
But he makes his way into the back. As you guys have sidled up to the bar, the human man gets up from the table and sidles over and goes, "Well, look at you, some travelers in. Where are you coming from?"
This horrible place called Valbor.
Oh, well, it's not for everybody, but it's a good tradesman's town, I'll tell you that. Yeah, Par's like, a man of business. And you see he slams this large green bottle down, and on the side of it, there's a crudely drawn label that says soup, S-O-O-P. Well, you look like if you're coming from Balvor, you must be people of taste. And let me tell you, I've been making this new health tonic that I think you'll be interested in. Sorry, let me back up. My name, of course, is Buckley Drift, but my friends call me Buckles. So, Buckles Drift to you all, since we're all friends already, of course. And I'll tell you, for just 5 gold, this tonic, it'll put some pep in your step, fire in your belly, and he looks you up and he goes, I bet it'll even put some bark back on your branches. What do you say? Can I sign you up for 3 bottles? Or 3 bottles each?
What's the ingredients?
Oh, well, that's proprietary. Can't share that with you, but I'll tell you, it's organic organic, it's all natural, and it is ethically sourced.
I'm actually allergic to organic. Just dwarven capacity here, so I'll have to pass. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's a shame, because, it's great for the older gentlemen, I'll say. For any struggles you may have.
I don't struggle with anything. I'll have, I certainly don't need any soup to help me.
I know, I understand. But you know what? I'll be around later if you want to have a more private conversation.
May I sample a bit?
He goes, of course. You know what? Branchlings, I think, are some of my best customers when through. Which is never, but it's fine. Yes, he pours you. He grabs. He leans behind the bar and grabs a glass, and he pours a tiny glass for you and slides it over to you.
I'm gonna put my finger in it.
It is straight possum piss. I don't know how does Log feel about that.
That's like really acidic, right? Like, I
Yes,
know when okay,
acrid.
yeah. Very sorry. This is not for me. But Edison, you might want to try this.
I love the idea of Log being like, I'm very sorry. This is possum piss.
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry.
Sorry, you got
sorry.
your jars mixed up this morning.
You may have poured me the wrong glass. This is possum piss.
He looks kind of crestfallen. Oh, terribly sorry, sir. Some people.
I was saving that for later.
Most refined taste can make that mistake. It is potent. I'll grant you.
That is, I mean, did you leave it in the sun for a couple days?
How
Evaporate
did you
off?
know my brewing recipe?
I've been around a lot of possums in my life.
Edison, maybe you should try it. Maybe just give it a wee sip.
Edinson scribbles out to the vendor. I'll do one if you do one.
Good man. He pours a second glass.
The old Malort trick.
Yeah, there you go.
This is an esteemed gentleman who knows his piss.
All right. Do you want? Are you gonna take it? Take a shot?
Oh yeah. If he's taking it, I'm taking it. Yeah,
I do need you to roll me.
Presumably a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, they don't do saving. If I recall correctly, it's not
It's
saving.
Or just a check. Yeah.
Yeah, just do me. Well, it technically should be. Yeah, if you have a relevant background in drinking piss, you could.
Well, well, what I was going to say is, I do have a background in Underworld, and so what I was thinking is this guy's either a drifter or this is like a show of force for like getting a deal. So I do think it's like either way, he can use that background of like, I know that this is a little bit of dick swinging to like, yeah. So I was thinking like. That could fortify him a little bit.
I will let you. Can you tell me a specific time when just like a quick vignette of Edison having to drink something extremely unpleasant like this?
Oh,
like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think like one of the things, because he's from this coastal town in the north, is obviously there's a lot of kind of machismo, and like I think I talked once about how you had to like dive and fetch something from the bottom of the bay to get like your first tattoo or whatever. And I think there's like a similar thing, which is like at the end of your first whaling expedition, when you've like gone out to like catch whales, you have to like drink some of the like the bile of that whale as kind of like a proof of, and it's awful and makes everybody sick, but it's kind of like, you know, you're throwing up your childhood, if you will, and like becoming kind of a man. So I think he's definitely done that, and it was awful, and he hated it.
It's like, I was gonna say, it's like the fisherman equivalent of consuming the placenta.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was so much
it's consuming
the whale
it's
story.
consuming the placenta.
All right, I will let you use your background on this. Yeah, please roll me a
Constitution.
Constitution-based check, and I'm gonna roll a d20 for our friends. 27. Well done.
I rolled very well. Yeah. 27.
So yeah, you don't even blink when you just down it and you look him straight in the eye, and he does the thing where he drinks it, and he like is looking okay, and then like, sorry, wrong pipe, and like gags a little bit. Oh, so how many bottles can I sign you up for?
I think Edinson is going to try to charm him, and is going to say, scribble out, tell you what, if you can outdrink me in this bottle, I'll buy 5.
Exactly the way we wanted this to start, with just the piss drinking content.
His face, he actually goes pale when you suggest this, and he starts like thinking about it, and you just hear from the table, Buckles, leave them alone. They're just quit trying to make a buck. Sorry, travelers, he does this with everyone who rolls through town. You don't have to drink the piss water.
Sorry.
Has he considered selling something good? Just make tea or something instead.
He goes, possum piss tea is even worse, though.
No, take the piss out of it.
Hey. I think Edinson, like, you know, gives the man like a, you know, a nod and a handshake, kind of like, look, I respect the grit and like the
grind.
The grind, but he gives him the bottle
I
back.
respect that you drank piss. Good for you.
You do one, I do one. Exactly. Sorry. I was just to continue that. So I think Edinson like looks at the woman, right? That half elf, or was it?
Yes, she's half
elf. At the half elf, and gestures to maybe an open seat at their table, and says, you know, join us. What's you know, and waves and says, and scribbles out like, and what's your name, friend?
She steps up. She kind of like leans on her axe. She goes, the name's Freda Hest. I'm a woodswoman around here. I kind of help with the lumber. And, she you can tell she looks at her. She is extremely tired. And, like yawns even as she's talking to you. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been up the last 2 days. We have there's some missing children that have. Unfortunately, our riverboat captain, Rick Stanley, his kids have gone missing in the woods. I've been out trying to find them. It's true tragedy for the town.
Are those the origin of the handprints on the barge nearby?
She looks at you. On Rick's boat. I suppose. Never really looked at it. But yeah, if there's handprints on them, they've got to be little Mella and Keith's.
Well, they ran out of good.
Not a joke. His name's just Keith.
Ran out of good names after the first one, I guess, huh?
They only expected one.
I think Tevra is puzzled that the woman would not have seen this in a town where there is so little to look at.
She spends a lot of time in the woods. She's a woodswoman.
That's fair.
She has a pathological fear of water, and it's really rude of you to bring that up here. We barely know her.
She's a woodswoman, and I'm a piss boy, and those are the two categorizations.
Mel, I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up. I just illustrating my character's visible confusion.
Please, Mel, there are 3 genders. It's woodswoman, piss boy, and bear.
Bear tender, yeah.
Obviously, bear tender.
Speaking of which, Gnarls Berkeley has returned with some food. It's just meat and beer, and he just plops it on the table. It is cooked very rare, and slams it all down.
Oh, you know, it's been a while on this trip since I've had some good goddamn food. It's been since Valpor. Everybody's making soups.
Gnarls looks at you. Well, first you say soup, and Buckles flushes. And Gnarls Berkeley looks at you. Oh, it's a long time since you've had good food. Well, you'll have to wait a bit longer. This is all I got.
Well, no, I was saying dwarven diets are pretty basic, I guess. Do you not like this? Am I the odd one out here? I feel like a bit of...
Don't get me wrong. I like this. And Freda and looks up and goes, I don't.
I also do not.
I think you've got a bit of dwarf in your family there, Gnarls. Because this looks like a damn fine feast to me.
He squints his eyes again, not sure if you're joking.
No, Parth digs in. He's a dwarf. Meat
Alright.
and potatoes and beer are his favorite foods.
Roll me a constitution check with your dwarven background.
Let's see.
See, that's the thing, that the tonic piss is to protect you from the bear meat meal. You need to drink the tonic piss first.
I think in
16.
a weird twist, if it's like mainly rare meat, I think Tevra is also
I
would
can see
enjoy
that being
this.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not cooked the way that she would
Like,
It's not cooked.
seasoned the right way, but like I think she'd be into it.
Yeah.
as a rare meat lover.
I would say you definitely don't get sick from this with a 16, but yeah, I mean it's like it's tough. It's tough.
It's somehow rare, barely cooked, yet intensely overcooked.
He nods approvingly. Just the way Mama taught me.
It's like you've smoked it, and then thought about a fire in its proximity, and then served it.
Like you're right in my kitchen.
Is this the bear?
I see you've read
Yeah.
my cookbook.
So as you guys are digging in, I'm not actually gonna make Tevra can eat this just fine. I'm not worried about it.
Wow.
No sweat.
But as you guys are kind of sitting down to dinner and drinks, you hear the door squeaks open extremely loudly again, and in comes a red-headed half-dwarf man himself. And he goes, "Oh, it's terrible. My babies, they're out there. I can't find them. They're still there." And Freda is like, clearly had just come in a little bit before you, and she goes, I know, it'll be okay, Rick. We'll go back in the morning. We'll find them tomorrow." He goes, "No, it's been 2 days. They might be dead. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do." And starts wailing uncontrollably.
They're lost in these woods around here.
Freda is like kind of patting his back and goes, "Yes, they'd gone out to forage mushrooms and collect some of the bogweeds out in the Fate Light Marsh nearby. It's usually we think of it as pretty safe, but they couldn't come back, and we lost the trail in the marsh."
I don't know if I would call these woods very safe. They have long since lost the magic of the true forests. As he kind of wistfully stares off.
Tevra stands.
Oh, God.
Tevra stands.
Okay.
And she sets her utensils down and she says, "We will find your children."
What? Who are you? You find my kids, my babies? You'll bring them back to me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. And he was like on the floor and like crawls over to you. What is Tevra wearing? Are you robes?
I think that I think the last time that we were traveling, it was like way too elegant of a dress. I think that when we were in Valbor, she picked up like some travel clothes, and so she's got more practical traveling clothes, tunic and pants, and then she's got her is it armor or what did I get?
Yeah, I thought you had like plated something.
No, I got a cool thing.
Like a ringer.
I got an outfit that is woven with the shards of the Lamian sapphire.
Oh, right. You could have customized it, right?
Yes.
That was cool.
So it is. I have an impressive look.
And it's
Well,
done.
sorry, I have a more impressive look than usual.
Is it a remind me Val, because in Valbor the dwarves love to sew stones into the clothes. Is that how it is, or do you have almost like these like shards of rock, kind of that look? They're parts of the fabric.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's like stones that are woven in, and then there's sort of like they kind of ebb away from that as well with the weaving.
Very cool. That's sick. If anyone wants some character art for us, now you know. He's like crawled up to you and like has grabbed your pants. He's like, "Oh, thank you. They're out there. I know it still. I feel it. They're in the faint light marsh."
like to Parth is chewing his meat throughout all of this and nodding in agreement. He's very much in agreement with this decision, but at some point he does swallow his meat and turns to Edinson and just goes, "Women are so soft in the heart. It's lovely to see."
You remember when Melissa introduced your character as mysterious, she meant misogynist.
It's a common mispronunciation.
Yeah, Edison just like scribbles out. Yeah, that's right. A real man knows when to just swallow his meat.
It's not polite not to swallow your meat, Edinson.
Gnarls Berkeley nods in agreement.
I mean, God, what were you, raised under a dock? Like...
Gnarls, how do you know where I live?
God, I'm sorry. I like coughed right as I was about to have a zinger. Which was yes, actually.
Maybe that explains a lot about you. You know, not swallowing your meat.
Well, yes, quite. And then I think Edison just turns back towards the hapless man who's talking to us about his missing children. Yeah.
So, question to you all. I mean, these kids have been missing for almost 2 days now. Time. If you've watched any true crime, you know that daylight's wasting, and the longer you wait, the harder it is to find the trail. Are you guys gonna wait till morning, or are you gonna go out in the night?
I'm already halfway out the door.
Excellent. So Freda is actually walking with you. So wait, if you're going out there, here, and she like draws out like a crude map to kind of get you to, which is
I love a dad map.
it's a dad map. Yes. Well, she goes, well, more of a mom map for me, but Freda.
I don't say that. That's me personally. I love a dad map.
Got it. And,
Kevra could do without.
Yeah, she goes, so the river's here. If you cross over, go a few miles north, a little bit east, and you'll find yourself in the Faint Light Marsh. Be very careful. Don't follow the lights.
That's and she like is drawing like we came to this tree.
That sounds so
that was where we
familiar.
lost the trail. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like D&D is all just one big ripoff of Lord of the Rings. Come on.
This isn't D&D, so I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not like this ripoff of D&D is not just a big ripoff of Lord of the Rings.
Does Tempera blink briefly and Freda just immediately becomes Gollum for a second, and then she like,
yeah. It's the Bilbo face where her like the teeth and the eyes.
Oh, the
like,
scary
she
face.
The scary Bilbo face. No, but she draws you a map so you guys have some bearings. Yeah, all right. You guys
Parth finishes his meal.
Mm-hmm.
Parth,
Hello?
taking it into go
Gnarls.
box.
Gnarl says like I'll stable your lizard. He looks out the door.
Thank you. She's really a gem. She'll be just you'll fall in love with her. You know.
He squints his eyes. He's not sure if this is a joke.
She is a bit of a carnivore. So I'm full, honestly. So I think I'm just gonna drop off the last of my meal with her. She'll appreciate it. And you have a brilliant night, Gnarls. Brilliant.
He nods. Good luck out there. And yeah, you guys make your way out into the forest. It's probably like a good hour of walking. You cross the river at a shallow point, and you make your way in. And sure enough, like the ground starts becoming softer. There's puddles and bog water as the marsh kind of comes up around you. The trees seem to log even less healthy. A lot of them are dead. And you keep catching faint glimmers in the distance. You think your eyes are playing tricks on you, like there's lights kind of like almost in like your peripheral vision, but you can't quite make it out. And we'll make our way to the faint light.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Edinson. I have a cantrip for light, so I'm just gonna cast light as we're walking. Yep.
Can
We're
make
not
some
supposed to
sort?
follow that.
Can I make some sort of a check to determine where those lights are coming from? Like if it's magic in the land, or if it's some sort of natural phosphorescence?
Yes.
All
You
right.
can. I'm gonna say this is You could do it as intelligence or wisdom. Let's say.
Well, that's a +5 versus a +1, so I know what I'm gonna choose.
Oh,
And you're applying a background to this?
Does Wizard Initiate play into that at all?
So, I mean, can you explain to me how Wizard Initiate... Because one of the things that's interesting is I feel like Trevor had a little bit of a cloistered upbringing in some ways, right?
Yeah.
You were in, like... So, like, what in your Wizard Initiate would prepare you for stuff like this?
I think it would be more of determining whether this is or is not magical. Like if I can detect spell work.
So that's probably very just determining if it's magical, probably pretty easy, and that's something
Okay.
that makes a lot of sense. But if you want to know what it is, I think that's a different question. You know what I mean? Does that make
You're
sense?
right.
So if you just want to know is this magical, I can you can. roll
Let's do a series of rolls, shall we? First, let's determine if it's magical.
Okay.
Did it go?
Didn't see it.
There's a pop-up
nothing
window. You have
rolled
to
yet?
confirm there's no dice add.
Oh, yep, I see it. A 23 to check if it's magic or not.
You believe this is not a natural phenomenon, that there is some sort of magical entity that is causing these things.
Okay. And now to determine if I can tell what it is coming from, would that just be straight intelligence?
Do you have any other background that would be like, so if you think this is an entity causing, right, like some sort of magical entity, what part of, like, do you have a part of your background that would reflect that? That's what I'm
No.
Yeah, maybe straight intelligence, because this should be like just random shit you might have picked
As
up.
you said, cloistered upbringing.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's even better. 24.
24, you don't know offhand what is causing this.
Wow, what
Yeah,
mysterious
Hey,
entities.
you guys are level 5s, that means we're in the champion level of difficulty.
You're right.
Mhm.
And I'll let you know, a hard check for champion level is 25.
I think like
Oh.
Edison's like watching Tevra just looking at the ground intently, like trying to like figure it out, and Edison's just like, I thought you were supposed to be smart. And then keeps walking with the light.
Michael, can I use branching history to try and commune with the trees?
Ooh,
See if they will give me
yes.
an answer?
They're just gonna
So I think
insult you.
I think this is gonna be a charisma-based branching history, though,
Okay, that's fine.
because you're communicating, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
that would be charisma, right?
Greg, I think when Edson reacted that way, I think that Tevra had like an anime skull come out of her mouth. I think that's the perfect use of that.
Does our there's something next to the backgrounds that's like points, I think.
What do you think? Oh,
Do those go up with level? Because mine were 4. Do they become 5, or was it?
skills
let me
go
take
up
a-
1 with level up.
Okay. Sick. Okay.
Which it's not automatic.
It is
No.
automatic.
It was not for me.
If you did the level up in, like... Do you have it as modifier plus level, or just modifier in your settings?
Oh, it's modifier plus level.
So if you change the level on your character sheet at the top, it does automatically change it.
Oh, this is for backgrounds though, not for
Oh,
skills.
then no, yeah, it shouldn't have changed that.
I also got a 24, off by 1.
Ugh.
These trees, like, it's like you're this like. I think as you touch this tree, it is like it. You try. What do you say to this tree? How are you like? What are you kind of sending into this?
Just kind of like,
And what does it look like?
so he it just kind of, as we're walking, he's kind of like putting his hands, like running them along like the larger trees, and like reaching out to, like, it's more like a melancholy. He's just like reaching out to try and make some sort of connection, to make sure, like, to see if there's anything inside at all, or if they're like fully dead. He's like just trying to connect to the life inside the trees.
Yeah. So yeah, with a 24, I think it's like some of them dead tree, like and it's like this like sickness, this like they've just been thoroughly destroyed then, but like you kind of like touch one and then so you're about to move past it under your hand and you stop because you feel like almost like a heartbeat, right? This sort of equivalent, this like faint thing, and you stop and like you look at the tree and give it a moment, and it's like it almost like the flicker of a flame, you know, that's kind of like getting a tiny bit of oxygen, you know, and it sparks to life, and it's just been so long. There were others. What do you want?
Other branchlings?
And I think as you kind of look around at all the dead trees around you, it just means other life.
Oh,
like,
sure.
This is one of the very few trees around.
We're looking for some children.
And it's like a slow. I'm gonna take about 4 hours to roleplay this like an ant mood. No. This is. There were children. They met, like, looking for thoughts. Someone took them. And it kind of like, it doesn't point, but almost like a sense like you like look up and follow the branches of the tree, and it says they were, and it points you in a direction down the bog. The roots, my roots are old. I felt their steps.
If you want to sound like an ant, you have to talk in the inhale as well.
Well, they met someone in the woods. They were taken by them.
I think
That's what happens.
That's what happened. Yes. And we're gonna fresh take with Anthony doing all the voices.
which can you point me in a direction?
He did. It did.
Oh, thank you.
Again, because I think you follow. You were able to. It doesn't move. It is a tree.
Yeah.
But you're able to see which branch it kind of like senses, and it points you in.
And it also, it wasn't like a conversation either. It was just kind of like a.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just dramatizing it for the medium.
Exactly. Laga's gonna like kneel down and like pull out some like a seed and like bury it in the ground next to the
Use
tree.
Wait, you're pulling out a seed from. So not from the tree. You're pulling out a seed that you have with you.
You planting your seed?
Not my seed.
Log about to fuck this tree.
A mate.
It's been so long.
Yeah,
Actually,
like,
it's probably better. It's probably better to be like he's gonna take some like fresh water from his like satchel and like pour it out at the roots.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. That's very sweet.
Thank you, my friend.
And it like has like a, you can already tell it's like absorbing the water. Thank you. And you just hear like beware the lights as you kind of like move away from it. And you guys are sorry, I'm not gonna decide, but you guys decide to follow this tree's advice.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of. I'm not even gonna say where I got the information from, because
An anonymous source.
Log doesn't particularly care to explain. I think we should go this way.
Was that what the trees told you? Parth thinks it's a funny joke.
Somewhere, Gnarls barely squints his eyes, not sure if it's a joke.
Log just looks at Parth. Yes.
Oh. Parth just kind of looks around like at a loss at the trees.
They also told me what you did last time.
Oh god!
It's been so long. Great. So you guys are making your way deeper in towards where these kids are seen. I need all of you to make me a check. It can either be intelligence or wisdom based, and this is about making sure you're staying on path, not being drawn away by the lights. And if you want to justify a background to me.
I'm just going straight wisdom.
Yeah, I don't have a back.
I do not have a background.
Past adventurer, maybe.
I'd say past adventure.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Best adventure is a good one.
Okay.
Ooh. Sorry, run that noise for me one more time. Ooh.
It's not as sexy of a noise as my and inhale speaking.
Your inhale. Let's
I'm a
see,
dumb boy.
so wisdom, raw dogging some wisdom. Oh,
Oh, nice work, Parth.
Wow.
Parth does
Only raw dogs.
Oh, with your it's level 2. I forget. Yeah, one of the cool things with 13th Age is it scales very easily because it takes your level into consideration, so that helps a lot.
Now everybody make sure it's level plus modifier.
Yeah, I'm actually looking. How does log
Yep.
at 13?
My
What?
wisdom is 8.
Oh, he used a background.
Yeah, my background
Oh
is...
yeah, passive venture.
Yeah.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Edison's
Level
definitely
plus
getting distracted by these
modifier.
lights. For sure.
Where's your level coming in?
So at the very bottom underneath the scales, so under strength, constitution, dexterity,
Yeah.
if you look next to that, so there's the numbers, the modifiers next to it, there's an option at the very bottom that says mod plus level, or it'll just say modifier. If you click it, you can choose mod plus level. And then it adds your level to your modifier for your total bonus.
I
So
see.
if you're saying- yeah,
Oh,
one
I
guy.
think I had turned that off because I was doing spells wrong.
It was, yeah, that you were, I think, adding it to spell damage or something.
Or you were doubling
Maybe.
or something. Maybe.
Yeah, it was,
in any case,
it was,
well,
yeah.
we can just say you're level 5, so you would have a 19 there.
Yeah, so 19 there, but also on my my check the tree or check the lights check, I would have had a 29.
That's fine. I'm not going to recount that yet at this point. You're fucked up, son. Too far. Hands off the chess piece.
I'd like to check again.
No.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so we have Tevra with a 19.
Yes.
Log with a 21. We have Edison with a 12 and Parth with a 25. This is great.
It's a 12 with your level in there too?
You rolled a 5. And no background. So your
Edison
level-
is nothing if not impulsive but charismatic. That is just very, very aligned with their whole shtick.
Okay.
I'm just a
So-
17-year-old baby boy. I don't know much about the
Just a
Just a baby.
little guy.
I'm just a little
Money?
guy.
I can pay you in blocks.
So you make your way in, and I think you're following Log. He's leading the way, and I think Log, you find yourself very distracted by this just this woods. It's sick. There's this aura around you that is oppressive. You feel worse than Valbor because Valbor there wasn't a lot of trees, there wasn't a lot of light, but here it's like there should be, and you're surrounded by it's like you're moving through this decay, and I think it distracts you, and you find yourself off course. Edinson and Tevra, you're not in your element. You're not woods people. You're indoor cats. And I think you kind of are following along, and it's only Parth who's kind of behind. Parth, who spent a lot of time on the road, who kind of like checks and looks around and goes, I don't think this is right. And you call out to your comrades to bring them back to the path.
He does like a big horse whistle.
A scalp whistle, please.
Yeah, a scalp whistle. I won't burden the listener with that sound in their earbuds. But he does kind of like the whistling and the, come on, folks, back on the path. Come on, get back.
And-
Come on.
I think you kind of all snap out of your trance with that, but as you turn and look around you, lights start flickering on, no longer in your peripheral, but close. And one at a time, you see these
Wait, right.
will-o-wisps
Ah.
pop up around you. And I need everyone to roll for
God,
initiative.
Is
Have
this our?
regenerate.
Oh my gosh, is this our thriller bark arc?
Fantastic.
Thriller bark.
Thriller bark.
Where is the initiative on this?
You have to,
You have
to-
you
you have to
toggle
tab.
to
Toggle
combat.
your little duty.
Ooh,
Oh.
should have done turn order.
A hot 20.
Didn't act.
Oh, I didn't have my tokens. I don't have my token access here. What the hell?
No? Hold on. I think this happened again. This is annoying. I need to do one thing really quick. So I had to change your.
I do like, however, the narrative element of Parth being the most aware and rolling the best in initiative. It makes the narrative so tasty to have
Yeah,
that.
that's good.
Yeah.
I feel
but
like
do you
the
have control now?
actual.
I think. What?
I was gonna say, I think the actual reason is that Parth was like zoning out. He's just so used to like zoning out on trips and following the path, and he just sort of innately sort of dissociated from the moment.
Like you do.
He had just like an old guy spell, you know.
Yeah, sure.
He took a nap while they were walking.
I give everyone a turn. And turn. Okay. And can you just give me a quick read of your, because I didn't do this right, and we should have automatically, but I didn't have it selected, so.
25!
25?
23, sorry.
That's different. Okay, Edinson.
I had a 13, I believe. 15.
That's the opposite problem. Tevra.
20.
Good. Where's Log not part of this? Did I miss Log? No. Log turn. Log's turn. What did you roll?
14.
Joe? 14. Okay. I gotta roll some initiative for these little guys.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. Well, Michael does that. I'm sharing a recipe from Instagram that just popped up on my feed for reindeer cum shots.
No.
Hey, Mel, you're playing a game with us. Why are you on Instagram?
Listen, we were rolling initiative. I took the opportunity to check the
No.
gram.
Put your
Get-
phone down.
I'm a millennial.
But how else will you know about reindeer
Well, yeah,
functions?
I need to know about reindeer cum shots.
I'm not clicking on this.
This will-o-wisp moves up to Edinson and
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Hate
it
that.
does.
No,
Yeah, I love it for you.
doesn't that doesn't exist if I don't see it.
And it does a 24 hit your physical defense.
My physical defense, it just gets me.
Just gets you, huh?
Yeah, just
Um,
gets me. Little old me.
Excellent. You get 14 lightning damage.
Whoa! All right.
Oh no, I just hit the button and I moved away from roll. Fucked it up, guys.
Michael.
I know.
Our
I
combat
don't know
now.
who's next. Next is going to actually it's Perth. Wow, Perth.
It's me.
Mhm.
I'm still trying to look through my stuff here. My spell list is getting kind of long now. So I think Hearth. Actually, you know what? Fire magic probably not the best thing for these. Do they look like they're made of fire, or is that just like the Pokemon Will-O-Wisp?
That is definitely Pokemon. I think if you want to roll a check against them to see if you know what they'd be resistant to or not, I can let you know.
To do that, could I don't know. I mean, like Will-O-Wisp, I know is like a person, is kind of a spirit type figure. Could my demonology background feed into that at all?
Yes, I think so.
Submit. 19.
19. You don't know what these are resistant to. You don't. You know. I will tell you that they have a resistance.
Well, in that case, I think I'm just gonna stab it in the soul.
Oh,
I'm stabbing its soul. I'm stabbing it in the soul.
Melissa,
What are you
is that a
stabbing it in?
spell?
Yes.
It's a spell. Okay.
It is. Well, it's one of my demonologist spells. It's gonna be for negative energy damage.
Mhm.
So I gotta roll my charisma and level versus its mental defense. Get over to that tab. Did I say charisma? I said charisma, yeah.
You're a charisma boy.
I'm a cha. So it's 21 against its mental defense.
Hits. What is your natural roll? A 12?
The natural roll is a 12. And then it was 2d8 plus charisma. So 2d8 plus 4.
So, Melissa, I'm gonna stop you right there. Your spell seems to go off fine, and this would hit something, and it seems to, like, almost like the mists that make up the light of this will-o-wisp, like, it parts right through it. You stabbed at its soul, and it just moved right around it, completely unaffected.
Oh,
That's rough.
I'm in.
Is it resistance magic?
I don't think I'm gonna be of much use here.
More than me, dog.
I don't know.
Not necessarily.
You can glare at it real good.
You can also, but that's, so are you gonna move or anything, Melissa? I would say everything's within near distance at this moment.
He
It's
would
engaged
kind of
with it.
skate off to the side a little bit. Take some distance from the party.
Sure.
Just yeah.
Okay. Tevra.
That's it.
I feel like it has resistance to magic.
Might, based on that question
just to
Michael
remind
asked me.
people that resistance it works a little differently in 13th Age, and some resistance are you have to roll higher than a certain a number for it to work
Sure.
at a natural roll. Not just your end result, but your dice roll has to be higher than a certain.
I see.
So it's higher than 12,
Higher than 12, eh?
at least.
Okay, well, I'm going to attempt to cast a spell because that is what I'm good at. I will target this one.
Okay.
Yeah. The big looking one. I'm going to cast Lightning Fork. I don't remember how I got this spell because it is a sorcerer spell.
Sorcerer?
You did a thing. I remember. This.
I remember I did a thing. I don't remember what that thing is.
We did some level up spell stuff. I remember.
Okay.
I remember
so-
us doing this, and it was okayed, and I trust past us to not.
I do
break the
too.
game.
Boy, it's been a long time since I've cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's D20 plus my intelligence plus level.
I think so.
Yes.
All right. That's bad. I missed. Thank you.
You did this. The lightning arcs and crackles around it, leaving it completely unfazed.
Thank you for confirming that my natural 6 did miss.
Didn't do it.
Appreciate that.
And as you actually the lightning comes, it almost like moves through your lightning directly down to you, and it's gonna roll to attack you with a shocking touch.
Ooh.
A 21 hit your AC.
No.
Oh, sorry, physical
Very
defense.
strong. Oh, physical defense. That's a good question. Where is
Does this
that?
say PD?
No, it doesn't.
Wow, 21 does not hit your physical defense.
No,
That's
I have
impressive.
16.
I said 21.
I thought you said 15.
21.
Nope. It's 21. I was like, wow, that's very high.
The 21 hits 15.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got me.
You get 14 points of the lightning.
Great.
Mm-mm.
Log's turn.
Michael, am I not a ranger?
Didn't you change it to a fighter with who could do because you can do all the cool trick shots now, right?
I thought that was a ranger thing.
I have-
You
I have magic.
changed something.
You multi-class, didn't you?
You did?
You definitely
Did
kept
I?
some of your ranger.
I thought
Yeah.
you just like flavored. Didn't you just flavor?
Oh no, this was
There-
the
no,
system.
you took a cool.
No, this was the system where you level up both classes at the same time.
What happened? What I remember is that
But
you
you
started
get
being.
less of each thing.
I think that's Pathfinder.
What I remember you saying was that you had started as just a pure ranger, and then as time went on, you kept being somebody who has like a bow and arrow as their main weapon, but you took more like fighting.
Yeah.
Elements.
You're an arcane archer, isn't that what you are, Joe?
Yeah, but I have feats and
Sorry,
traits. I have feats and traits that are
Yeah,
from
go to
fighters.
power. But you're yes, I think you basically you started as a pure ranger and we transitioned you into some. I don't remember. Well, we can look at it again, but like you are drawing more from the fighter talents, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And your powers are where your cool trick shots are.
Yeah, but all of my, like, if I roll an even thing, then I get to attack again. If I roll above a 16, I get to attack again.
Yeah,
It's all
no,
from
you know
fighter.
what it is, right? I think you are an arcane archer, but you're taking you can take talents from other classes. That's a thing you can do. I think
Oh,
that's what you
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes way more
Again,
sense.
it's a very flexible system. It's just hard to remember what you did like a year ago.
Yeah, I just stopped taking anything from Ranger because it was all shit.
The last time we played 13th Age was in May of 2022.
In a minute.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Mhm.
All right, I will make a secondary attack longbow, or a double attack longbow.
Nice. So double attack, you're attacking
I'm gonna-
one creature twice or two
Well,
creatures?
I have to declare it before I roll. If this is an even roll, I get to attack again.
Got it. Even? Okay.
And I do less damage, which is great. I'm attacking the one that's attacking Tefra.
Thank you.
20 to hit.
Natural 20.
It's unnatural 20.
Dirty
Oh,
20.
it is. Sorry, I think because you have a max damage dice. That's why.
Yeah.
Actually, that's weird. Why
It's
is it
actually
so
not
powerful?
even a max damage dice. It is one max damage die.
But you rolled an even number, which means you get attack again, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Did I hit?
You did. That it hit. Oh wait, this is against AC, isn't it?
Yes.
You hit.
Okay. I will do it again. 23.
Huh. Against the same one?
Yeah.
You fire these two arrows in quick succession, and I mean, tell me how you kill this. What does it look like to
Yeah.
dissipate it?
So it comes up and attacks Tevra, and Log is just gonna very cleanly take out his bow, notch two arrows, thoop thoop, right in the will-o-wisp. I mean, not a lot of cool stuff you can do if it's a small glowing ball.
Yeah, it fizzles and sparks out, leaving just a dark, like little motes of light, kind of fading down where it once was. Excellent. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
It is another Will-O-Wisp's turn, and it's gonna move down to Parth, and it's gonna try to shock ya.
Do that?
15. Does that hit your physical defense?
I do not believe so.
That was a 15 this time.
That other. No, it has not hit my physical defense.
You dodge nimbly, and it misses you. And we're
I
back.
tank it.
We are to Edinson. You're engaged with a Will-O-Wisp. Congratulations.
Aw.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
You're glowing.
I'm glowing. Okay. I'll just try to slash at the. I'll take out my sword and I'll slash out the one directly. Actually, no. Well. I'm not going to do that after all. Yes, actually I will. I'm gonna just attack the one in front of me. Yeah, with a normal attack roll. Melee attack. Yeah. Uh, 24 versus
Oh,
AC.
that hits.
Nice. Yeah, that's a basic attack. I think
Yeah.
it's a longsword. Yeah, so it's D8 plus strength plus 1 because I have my sword. Excuse me, plus 1. What's my strength?
It already rolls. It shows the damage.
Oh,
You,
there you go.
rolled 30
Easy.
damage. You did very good.
Well, technically I did 31 because I get plus 1 for my sword. But
Oh,
yes,
that's not included in that.
it's not included in that. Yeah, but
Alright.
yeah. So I stab it, and then let me see. I rolled an 18. So my battle cries real fast.
Your damage looks different. Why is 5 times 1? Yeah.
Okay. I have a battle cry called "Stay Strong." On a triggering roll, which is a natural 16 plus, which I had, I can give a nearby ally a +2 bonus to their AC and PD until the start of my next turn. So I will stab this, and then I will use my left hand to essentially draw like what looks like a shield made of ink, and it goes over and protects Tevra. So Tevra will get +2 to AC and PD.
What a friend.
Yep.
What a
And
mensch.
do I kill this fire with my sword, or do I
You do
not?
not. It is still alive.
Hate to
It's
see
hurt. You definitely like slash through it and it like disrupts and like statics out.
Yeah.
But it is not dead.
it. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. This is gonna fly up, and I'm gonna roll to see who it hits. Roll the 4. 3. That's going to go to Tevra. The
Hi.
now has higher
AC
you get
and
it to
PD.
defense.
Plus
AC
plus
and
2 to
PD.
AC and PD. Yeah.
That's excellent because it attacks. It's physical defense. Shock at you. Does a 19 hit your physical defense then? I think you said your physical defense 16, Anthony. I think we switched it out.
Yeah, that's still
Oh.
is.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately.
Just barely.
Yeah,
Just
I will.
barely, as 14
I tried.
lightning damage courses around your shield and
Yikes.
strikes you.
In the
You
middle
kill
of
the wizard.
Can I make a quick action? Is that when I can do that?
There aren't quick actions. There are.
There are
what
quick
you referring
actions
to?
for sure.
I'm pretty sure there are. Yeah, you get an action and a quick action on your turn. But I think there's also a reaction. Wait, let's see.
Sorry, let me that
I'm
rules crunch here.
searching. I'm searching. Okay, so
I should know this too,
combat
but I was like, I don't-
sequence.
It has genuinely been a long time since we
There's
played
standard
this game.
move and quick actions.
Right.
Um,
Is it free action that you can only take on your?
there are free actions. Where the frick is the? It just says see combat actions. Oh, here we go. So you have regular actions. On your turn, you can take one standard action, move action, and quick action, and a handful of free actions in any order.
Yeah. Which one can I do anytime I can cast an instant?
There are interrupt actions. When it's
That's-
not your turn, you can't use another one until the end of your turn. So that's like an interrupt is basically like a reaction.
Yeah, I remember interrupts.
Other actions when it's not your turn. In certain circumstances, characters can intercept foes moving past them, make opportunity attacks, and otherwise act out of turn. These actions are usually free actions. So
Okay.
quick actions are only going to be on your turn, or interrupt actions if you have an appropriate interrupt action.
Then I will take the damage.
How brave.
You martyr.
I feel that it's very brave and sexy of me to take the damage.
Very mysterious and sexy of you to take that damage.
We're back to the top of the order, and I realize that something I need to show better is one of our favorite mechanics, which is the escalation die.
Yes.
And I will later enable. I like clocks. I think clocks are going to be a really good way to do this. Just can't do it right now because I forgot. So I'm just gonna take this, bright orange on the map layer. This real big and bold. 1. And now you can see
That
it
is
is 1.
not that bold.
Hold on, I'll make it
Sure.
bigger.
To add.
I don't even see it.
It's between the two
Orange.
trees on the left.
Oh wow, that's very faint for something you said was bold.
Well, I made it bold, guys. How about that?
There it is.
Yeah,
Is that better?
I am very aware of what the escalation die is at.
1.
1.
That's much better.
It is 1.
Maybe it's because I'm a little colorblind, but that other one was rough.
It was small.
Will it
right.
fit in
And
with the color palette of the background?
I was trying to make it contrast, and I did bad. Ensign, does a 27 hit your PD? I'm gonna just assume yes.
Yeah.
14 lightning damage coming your way, buddy.
All right.
Hearth, you are up.
It is my turn. I am going to use Flame Breath, which is not a spell, it's a breath weapon. So,
That's different.
suck that, Will-O-Wisp. And it's 1d3 nearby enemies in a group. So can I hit all 3?
I will say
Well,
yes.
it's 1d3 after roll.
Yeah, you have to
I
roll
roll
1d3.
after.
But I'd say like you could potentially position yourself. This way.
It's 1d3. There's only a d4, so hopefully it's below a 4. It
You
says
rolled
2,
two, that's
so I
fine.
can hit 2.
Unless you can always type /R 1d3. And it-
No,
Yeah, that's how it works, though. I'm just letting you know.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it is.
I am going to do. It's charisma level versus physical defense. Okay, so it's. Oh my god, I keep clicking off my character sheet. Life is so hard. Click it. Hold on. Slow.
Ooh.
Oh, it's an at one.
On that one, no. Oh,
No, no.
Oh,
You just throw up
no.
on yourself.
I swallow my own fire, and I let me see what I want. Let me see if there's anything that I
There's
still
some
do
raw
half
meat in
damage
it.
on.
No, actually, on a fumble, you do not. That's
Oh yeah, on a fumble. You're right.
Natural one is a fumble. You do not even do miss damage.
Mm.
And I do believe that there are rules to fumbles.
I think Parth just he vomits up a piece of perfectly cooked steak.
It somehow is perfectly
actually-
cooked now.
Looks like on a 1 you go to jail, actually. Like Parth's
You get kicked from
arrested.
the campaign and you die.
Roll
Yeah.
a 1, straight to jail. Roll a 20,
Um,
also jail.
Yeah. I think actually 30H is actually pretty kind about fumbles. And it's basically just like you don't get your missed damage, nothing happens. You've
Oh,
missed
yeah.
and scoop this fire up, so it is actually fairly kind.
yeah, it just says nothing happens essentially.
So you're fine.
I
although-
cough up some smoke. I'm like, I'll try again next time.
Tevra is up.
Yes.
You're engaged with the Will-O-Wisp. Congratulations to you. We're so happy.
I appreciate the well wishes. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my Elven Grace action. I got 4. That does not get me a bonus action this turn.
For
The
the
first thing I'm going to
listeners,
do is, as
I
a
just want
quick
to explain
action,
that quickly for the listeners. Is that Anthony? There's a cool power that is one of the elf. I think it's wood elf,
Wood elf.
technically, but we've adapted. Elden are badass. That if they roll under the escalation die, I think you have to roll actually under, right? It's not meets it.
it is meets it beats it.
Oh, it means it. So so the level of escalation die earlier, you'll get just another, not a whole other turn, but another action, right?
Correct.
So which is really powerful.
And I just recently took a feat that lets me roll. I start with a D4 instead of a D6 now, so it's easier to hit that smaller number. I'm gonna start with a quick action. I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp on this mofo.
But fighting.
You know how it is. So I'm gonna roll my D20 plus my intelligence plus my level plus my wand, which I forgot last turn,
And this is a
plus the
spell.
escalation. It is a spell.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit.
A 17. It's a 29, but a natural 7.
Yeah.
Yes, that hits.
Natural 17.
Natural 17. 29 total. Yes, that hits.
Great. We love that. Boy, I am casting this at 3rd level. That's fun. I'm gonna deal a whole d6 worth of damage.
This doesn't seem quite right.
Shock and Grasp is a very small spell.
But if you're casting at 3rd level, shouldn't it get more powerful?
It goes from a d4 to a d8. I'm sorry, a d4 to a d6. I can look it up. It's
Damn,
it
my
also
my
During a turn,
attacks
we can
my attacks go 5 times 1d10.
Right. I'm wondering if it's multiplied by your level. Maybe.
tell me about Shock and Grasp.
I don't want to get too bogged down, but I
It,
don't want you.
I also pop free from it.
Yes.
Is the key effect. It's 1d6 damage plus it pops free from me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Oh well.
Damn.
That sucks. Oh, it's
It's
at
not-
will though. That's why
Yeah,
you can use
Oh,
it as
it's
many
at
times as you want.
yeah.
Damn, casters get fucked, I guess.
And it's a. I don't know. Did you take the adventure feat in it?
I did.
Oh,
That's how I'm
so
casting it
you
as a
can
quick
cast a
action.
whole ass another spell this turn.
And I max damage on it. 6
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
Does it seem like I dealt less damage than that?
It seems like you did your full damage to it.
Wow, that's amazing. I will
How can it deny you your 6 damage?
thank you. I will take advantage of popping free from it and kind of move behind my very good friend Log here.
Excellent. Very smart.
And then I will cast a spell with my main action. I'm going to target the one that is engaged with Edinson here. And the spell I'm going to cast here is a lightning fork again, this time at 3rd level. Another 17.
Ooh, nice. Yes, that hits.
Okay, this time I'm actually going to roll some dice,
Love that.
which is the plural of die, which I rolled last time.
We love that.
19 damage. Wow, a lot of ones in that 76.
Damage. Amazing. Tell me how you killed this will-o-wisp.
Well, here's the thing. I shoot lightning out of my fingers, and it like overloads it, and it explodes into sparks.
And kills
Very cool.
Edison. Excellent.
And it kills. Well, no, it doesn't kill Edison. It blinds him.
Ah, great. So we
Smelly
you
Joe.
and blind.
We've got a,
Yeah, slowly. This whole campaign is just taking away
Senses, yeah.
Edison's senses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Excellent. Well done.
That's the turn.
Then Burston and Edison is. You are now no longer engaged.
Sick.
Tupala, Batula.
All right.
You're up.
Second verse, just like the first. Longbow, 2 attacks.
Which one?
The one.
Can you do evens?
This one.
Mhm.
Escalation
And
to
on even roll?
1. Critical
Oh.
fail probably doesn't
Yeah.
hit.
Fumble. Does not
Oh,
hit.
2 critical fails from
It's
us.
also not a natural
Joe.
even miss.
Where's that Blades in the Dark rolling, buddy?
I know. That's it. That's my whole turn.
Remove.
Glad I hid behind you.
Yeah. He's still a good meat shield even if he can't shoot. Part this is swinging for you. 29 is definitely gonna
Hey,
hit you. So
do you
get
guys remember when
14
I
left
one-shot
damage.
that one last round? Like, I can't do that
Wow.
every round.
14 points of lightning damage to Parth. Calcium.
Don't even let me check if a 29 hits.
Okay. Correct me later.
It could have missed. You never know. I could be built diff.
Edinson is up.
Yes. Okay. I am going to do a ranged attack to the one that just tried to attack Log with my crossbow.
It did not attack Log. Log is not engaged. Parth is the one who was just attacked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the one between me and
Oh,
Log
okay.
is who I am going for. Gotta go to the right part of my. That's Dex, right? Usually for range
That's right.
attacks. Yeah. An 18
It
versus AC. Great.
Versus AC does not hit.
Oh wait, for
I was asking if it was against AC.
well, just for normal, it would be right for.
No, it's
No,
AC.
no, I mean, no, it's for versus AC for like crossbow for ranged like melee attack, right?
No, so
typically.
you're attacking against its AC, which is higher than 18. So you
No, I understand. I'm just making sure that for normal ranged like crossbow attacks, it's against AC, not like PD.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Okay, but here's the thing, because I missed on that, I have a battle cry, which is called "It's All Yours." On a natural even miss, your next ally to attack the target I missed gets a +2 attack bonus with that attack, and 1d6 bonus damage to their attack roll.
Cool.
So whoever's the next one to take that on will get a bonus.
Add a little red dot so we know that
Yeah.
they're marked.
So I think what happens is like Edinson takes out his crossbow, lines it up, shoots, and the arrow sails wide, and then very quickly Edison's like, oh shit, and like throws some ink after it to redirect the arrow back towards like around where the crew is, and it'll just like land in the hand of whoever's gonna attack it next. It's kind of like circling overhead. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So
turn.
It is now that one's turn, and I'm going to see if it's going to attack. Tebra is safely behind. So I'm going to roll a d3 and see which of the three has available. Edinson is going to move to you. Gage.
No. Oh god.
And it's going to try to shock ya.
Yeah, I heard of that.
I know will-o-wisps can't speak, but it's like jiggling in a way that makes you think it's making fun of you for missing.
Jiggling suggestively.
Oh, it's the title of the episode.
Jiggling suggestively. It shocks you. At 25, I assume hits your PD.
Yeah.
And it does 14 points of damage, lightning damage. And we move to the top of the round, and we are going to change that escalate die to.
Oh, I forgot to use the escalation die.
Oh,
but
same.
whatever. Oh well, doesn't matter.
It would not have helped.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't have. So first thing I'm gonna do is roll to see if I can get my breath weapon back, which I do get. So I'm gonna re-roll my breath weapon. I'm re-rolling my breath weapon.
Oh, you
then
can do
this
that
is gonna be
every
+2.
turn. You can try to recover it.
Every turn I can try, but it's a 16
Wow.
plus.
Right. That's cool though.
So
'cause
it's,
sometimes it's like after the battle you have to roll the recovery.
I can. Let's just go over it. For those who don't know, Parth is a demonologist. He is a devotee of flames and an initiate in the contagion path, so he gets some fun contagion or poison-based magic and some fire-based magic. Flame breath is one of his spells that he can use. As part of it, it says for the rest of the battle, I roll a d20 at the start of each of my turns. On a 16 plus,
Yeah,
I can
cool.
use the flame breath that turn if I wish.
That is very
So,
cool.
I was able to get that. I'm going to add 2 to my situational modifier for the escalation die. Is a 19 to hit versus, I think it was physical defense. Yes.
Physical defense?
Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah! And then I'm rolling 3d6 plus 4. We don't know. Do we add the escalation dice to damage? We don't, right?
No, just
not
attacking.
damage.
Okay, cool. Ooh. That is 16 fire damage to the one in front of me.
The one in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, I need to roll to see if I hit both of them, because it is
Oh, yeah,
1d3
roll.
nearby.
You do.
I do.
Roll, position yourself and hit both.
16 both.
Very
Flames
nice.
just lick at Edmondson's nose.
They are both still alive.
Rude. That is my turn.
Wait, did you attack the one nearest me?
Both,
You got both.
yeah.
With
I can
So
hit them both.
did you add the additional damage for the one near me?
Oh,
Oh,
D6.
right.
Another D6. Yeah.
Hi-ya. 5.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Edison.
No, well, thank you.
No, thank
I'm
you.
gonna, I'm gonna unmark it now. And Tevra is up.
Yeah. I know what I'm gonna do on my turn, and it's gonna challenge you. So,
Me?
pulling up the rule book. Yeah. First things first. Just above the escalation. I hate to see it. Michael, I have a talent.
Yep. This is your one.
Talent? I have a feat. Cantrip mastery. I can cast cantrip style versions of any spell I know. I would like to cast a cantrip version of color spray.
I think generally cantrip versions don't do damage.
I think we've had this conversation potentially. Let me Google. What is the talent called?
Cantrip mastery.
Spells? Question mark? Goodness, thank you. Riveting. Oh, yeah.
I love this.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
a good idea.
waiting.
Cantrips can be cast by all wizards as per the cantrips class feature. Let's see.
The way the book is written, it just sort of assumes that you know what cantrips are, and just sort of hand waves like, oh, you can just you can do
Yes.
cantrip things now.
Oh, I think that.
Go Mel.
Oh no, sorry.
Outside of okay. So, wizards can cast a number of cantrips equal to their intelligence modifier. Each cantrip takes a standard action. To cast as a ranged spell. Outside of battle, a wizard can cast about 3 to 6 cantrips every minute. Okay. Is there an example of a cantrip I can see?
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh yes. Like light or spark.
Does spark do damage?
No.
That's my thing, is I think generally they're like the utility spells. A lot.
So
Almost every spell
the
in the
way
wizard's book is damage dealing.
the way that it's phrased is that the cantrip mastery allows you to cast them with the speed of a cantrip, not the actual effects of a cantrip. So you get to use, like, it just as the cantrip mastery talent speeds up cantrip casting. At the adventure level tier, cantrips with a standard duration last 10 to 60 minutes, plus 10 minutes per the wizard's level.
I think though what this is though is it like because there are cantrips they're very specific, like ventriloquism or sundial, and it's like this lets you like you can cast animated image as a cantrip, which makes it again I think so it doesn't eat up your spell slot. But these are more for story. You're not going to be able to do damage with it. There's no I don't see any cantrips that do damage. So what is the utility of color spray? Is there something about like weakening them? I think you could do that maybe.
No, I'm looking for it to use a 5e comparison, a firebolt. Just a small little damage spell that's gonna not eat up my spell slot.
That would be an at-will spell that you can, because there's ones that you can cast over and over and over. That's how it works. Like acid arrow or something. Acid splash at will. So that's one that you can just keep casting over and over and over again, I believe. You want to do as an at will spell.
It says specifically in here, cantrip mastery talent is more about enhancing the roleplay and less about combat usefulness.
Yes. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so it does seem to be more like a way to let you use magic more in the storytelling.
Yeah, if you recall that the spells are a little more, this is kind of based more on the 4th edition of D&D's history, so there's like daily, per battle, like once per battle, or there's like at will. At will is like you can just keep casting it every turn. That's like
yeah,
I
and this
think
says that I
Stab
can
in the
cast
Soul.
cantrips at will.
Yes,
It does,
you can,
like-
but a cantrip version wouldn't do damage. That's my GM rule.
To Anthony's credit, it is very vague.
Yes.
It's incredibly big.
I think
Yeah,
I think
it
because
is.
you'd be able to do it in a way that would be utilitarian and enhance the story. You're not going to be able to cast it at to do damage
I think-
because
okay,
you're
so-
downgrading the spell.
yeah, I
So-
think the
Just
point.
to clarify for once and for all, the adventure feat does specify the key is that none of these uses, aka the cantripifying of wizard spells, none of these uses should be combat relevant or deal damage.
So it's like if you wanted to use
Like,
color
full
spray to paint a house,
Yes.
I see.
you could use color
very
spray
fun.
to paint a house.
I will, after this session, I will probably be choosing a different feat because that is useless to me.
What? That sounds awesome.
It's
What do you mean?
it's actually pretty cool for.
Me personally, I'm not interested in that.
Oh, that's the only thing I want to do on a
mini
weekly.
firebolt.
The escalation is 2, which means that I can cast color spray. For real.
For realsies.
I will target the one that is attacking Edinson once again. The escalation is 2. Does a 7 hit? Natural 7?
That's a spell.
It's a spell.
No,
A good year.
fun.
Sorry there.
Well, I took a long time, but that's the end of my turn.
Fun.
I'm gonna look at feats.
I will 2 attacks, the one by Edinson. Unless I kill it, then I will switch my
Then I'll
targets.
switch.
Does a 25 hit?
It does hit, but you rolled a natural.
Yeah, so I
13,
do
it looks
33 damage to it.
like. You do kill it. It
Nice.
bursts into sparks. There's
That's
still
it.
one left. You don't get a second attack, right?
Nope.
All right. So
And it's below a 16, so the rest of my stuff also doesn't happen.
Bummer. 30 does a lot of cool stuff with your natural dice rolls, but it's complicated. A 15. Does that hit your physical defense, Melissa, with Parth?
No.
Yeah. So then you dodge nimbly again, and it is Edinson's turn.
Parth, how are you doing health-wise?
I'm totally fine. Do not worry
Oh.
about me.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got 50 HP right now. If I had to put it into a word painting for you, I'm looking hale and hearty, but like I've just taken a trip and fallen into an electrical wire. But I do that a lot, so it's okay.
Okay. Then
Common.
Edison will just try to shoot their crossbow at the one engaged with Parth. So I'll do that again instead of healing myself or someone else.
That's our little hill slut.
22 to
Yeah,
AC.
That's
Great. Let me remember what my crossbow's D6. That's right. That'll be 5 piercing damage to this entity, and then looking at all my effects. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, it's a natural even roll. So I have a battle cry called Move It. I can choose one of my unengaged allies can move as a free action, or one of my engaged allies can make a disengage check as a free action. So I will give Parth the ability to disengage, to do a disengage check as a free action if they need it. But yeah, I think that is just like it's like if you need it. Yeah, so Edinson shoots the first arrow and then shoots another arrow made of ink that lands in a pool at Parth's feet that they can like step into and slide away if they need to.
Parth, roll me just a straight up d20. Normal save. So you have to roll 11 or higher to disengage.
Oh, I'm not trying to disengage.
Well, you don't want to.
Well, not right now. He was giving it to me in case I needed it.
In case they.
I think you get it right now.
Oh.
You'll be disengaged, which is actually.
Oh, well then if you don't want to
might
do
as well. I might as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
I mean, it doesn't hurt me to do it.
Nope.
You do not.
I don't do it. I rolled a 3.
Oops.
All right. Well, it is your turn, and you are still engaged.
I'm gonna roll for my breath weapon again. I get it again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll for my breath weapon again. After the initial sputtering cough of smoke had finished, sort of, coming out, he finally found his fire,
Found
his
his groove.
spark. Okay, so the escalation dice. Oh, that didn't roll properly. So that should be. It should be +3, so it would be a 15 because I didn't add the escalation die.
This is against physical defense.
Yeah, that should be. Well, hold on. It should be my charisma plus my level. Something weird happened there.
Why don't
It
you just
should
roll
be.
again?
Well,
It's just
oh.
You didn't. Doesn't look
Okay,
like it has your level.
So the roll itself was an 8.
Uh-huh.
It should have had a +9. So it should have been 17 +3 for the escalation die.
20.
So a flat 20.
That hits.
Cool. 18 damage, fire damage.
As you breathe this fire out, it mingles with the electricity and it sparkles and crackles in the smoke. And as it dissipates, there's just like almost like lightning in the smoke, like a tiny cloud, and it goes up in a poof as you kill the final one. And
If you guys wander off the path again, I'm leaving you there.
you find yourselves like huffing, puffing. You're able to take some time if you want to roll to heal and such. But I think now is when you followed this trail and you notice that there is a leather satchel hanging from a branch. I'm going to show this leather satchel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
It looks child-sized, I will say.
Can I reach it?
Yes.
I'm gonna get it down.
Trapped. I'm kidding.
It's a mimic.
Yeah, you open it up. There are some mushrooms, and there are some reeds that would have been collected to maybe to process into like ropes. And there's also some scraps of paper in it.
Was there words on the paper?
There are. I'll show you this note. Very mysterious. I'm gonna show you a mysterious note.
Is
It
that the script from Skyrim?
Not quite. It is definitely similar enough to inspire that without getting legally copyrighted.
Of course.
And I think
Very good,
because
very good.
it is 10 o'clock, we're going to leave it here. The finding of this mysterious note and bag. I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us and tuning in again. Although our schedule is going to be a little disrupted with holidays, I imagine. So just keep an eye on the Instagram for our next stream.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much.
Thanks,
Bye, everyone.
everyone.
Smooches.